Hey YouTube, what's up? Beef brisket back again. I think we're going to turn this CDDA challenge run into a series. And I was going to bring it back next morning, but I saw the cold starting to go down and now we're just at the sniffles. So I wanted to bring it back in as early as possible so we can see if we can shake this cold on the first night. That would be insane. I'm doing a little bit of running to try and keep my body temperature up. I don't know if that actually helps get rid of the cold, but we ate the food to try and give us as good of a chance with having a fullness as possible. And if we can just keep ourselves at least away from chili, maybe we can shake this cold. Which would be just huge, because sometimes it can follow you for days, sometimes a week. It's gone. We got rid of the cold. Man, that's awesome. That's a great start. That's really lucky. That's fantastic. So, I think I'll put in a tiny little cut here and catch you next morning, because otherwise you're just going to watch me skip in time. Alright, see you next morning. And we're back for day number 2. So we're in a really, really good spot right now. I was not expecting to shake that cold. Usually at this point I would still have a nasty cold, but since we don't, that will affect our strategy. At this point, if I was in rough shape, I would just plan on getting over to McCoy logging and probably spending the whole day there. Depending on what our character looks like, I might just briefly stop at McCoy logging and then make my way to some further houses. But we'll see how we feel when we get there. So, I'm going to show you on the map. We started here, and now we're at this farm. McCoy logging is almost a straight shot to the left with the isometric view. Straight shot to the left. McCoy logging is split into 2 areas. It's split into an area that I think is like a factory and warehouse, and then split into the area that actually has the logs and the planks and a little trailer. And the side with the logs and the planks and the little trailer is the side that we're going to get to, because that's the side that has very few zombies. 2 things I'm going to mention about the gameplay that I think I haven't mentioned yet, and these are 2 things you might already know, but I'll just mention in case anyone watching doesn't know, is number 1, you can walk faster than the zombies, so you don't have to run away from them, you can just walk. And the second thing is, if you right click and choose the walk to command, if you're walking through forested areas with trees, your character will try and path around the trees. Sometimes it'll still go through some trees if it's really densely wooded, but it'll try and path around the trees, making it so that you don't get slowed down by the trees and you have less likelihood of getting scratched by branches and stuff like that. When I get close to zombies, I pretty much just use the directional keys. So like right now, I'm not interested in using the walk path through these zombies, the walk to feature. I'm going to avoid running as much as possible, especially because my character has such low fitness. But I will occasionally run if I feel like it's just going to help me get around these zombies while reducing my risk of getting bit. So this walk might be a little bit boring, so I think I'm going to speed it up here. And You'll still get to see my whole walk, but it'll be a little bit quicker, so it might not be quite as tedious. I'll catch you at McCoy's logging. Okay, I'm going to stop here for a second. I'm just going to see if I can't kill a zombie or two to get a little bit better, more insulated clothes. Wear the jeans instead. Let's see if I can attract... I don't want to attract too many of those zombies. I'm going to keep going and see if I can find a better situation. As you can see, we've made it to the McCoy logging sign. So we're getting pretty close. And this is kind of the dividing point between the two halves. There's the factory up here and there's the other half down there. About this guy, I don't think this guy has anything as far as clothes that would make me happy. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go to McCoy's logging and I'll catch you there. Alright, welcome back. So we made it to the general area that I want to make it to. You probably saw there's some camping stuff, there's some tents and stuff back there. I might have to hang out here for a day and see if I can't get the tent stuff tomorrow. That might be kind of a cool thing to have. For right now, we do have some zombies following us. This shouldn't be too hard to shake them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over the fence here. And I'm going to move behind this. Actually, look at this guy. They might have some clothes that I can use. Let's kill this zombie. Are those in better shape than my jeans? Absolutely they are. Oh, and you may have also noticed that I was completely wrong about that road being halfway between the two. Oh, oh. Ah. Yeah, the zombies did path around. I thought they weren't going to, but they did. Okay. A little scary. My character's moving so slow. I don't know if I should just try to get away from these guys or fight them. But we'll try and fight until it just seems like a really bad idea. We got one of them. Man, moving so slow. I'm so accustomed to having a fairly strong character. I wonder if the insulation still helps if you're wearing that. I don't know. Though that should help us. Maybe I'll wait until we find an actual good jacket. I'll go back and check out these other zombies that I killed before. Oh, we have a cold again. That's not good. Just as I was feeling lucky for shaking the cold, we got another one. And we have even more friends. So, I know I said that this area is usually completely free of zombies, and that's true. I think most of these zombies followed me and pathed their way in here and maybe heard some of the noise I was making. Which is fine. Gives us some experience with some of these weapons, and I think it also solidifies, especially with getting that cold, it solidifies my plan, which is I'm going to spend the night here. And we got a jacket, that's nice. Let's take a look in this little thing. There might be something here. Lead pipe. Yeah, let's take the lead pipe. Oh, the condition's so low, I'm actually going to skip that. This area does have some free weapons in the form of planks. If I had a knife, I could cut them into spears. Or you can just use the planks as planks, which there's nothing wrong with that. All right, so this is the second stop. What color pens do I have? I still need a blue pen. I like getting all the colors of pens and a pencil for use on my map. All right, yeah, and I'll just show really quick where the planks are too, because there's tons of logs out here. Once you get into some of these containers over here, that's where the planks are. Right here. So I'm going to carry a few planks. I'm actually going to attach the griddle pan on my back. I was enjoying that. That's a good weapon, a good starter weapon. The planks and the spears and all those kind of infinitely renewable weapons, they break really quick, especially in the beginning when you have low maintenance. So it's almost always a good plan to have at least some other kind of weapon that'll last longer. A good staple to have is a crowbar. Crowbars aren't really great with dealing with large groups of zombies, in my opinion. At least not until if you really level up long blunt skill. But they're very durable, and durable's nice when you're if you run out of spears or planks or whatever else you're hitting zombies with. I think for our purposes in this playthrough, I'm going to try and mainly use spears and axes. Those are a couple of my favorite weapons to use. The axes are going to be tough right in the beginning, just because our character has such low fitness. Axes use up a lot of stamina, so that's going to be difficult. And spears, they just break all the time. But since we have such high strength, we should be able to get away with carrying several of them, especially if we get a nice backpack. We should be able to carry a bunch of them at once and then just swap them out as we're fighting, which is a skill in and of itself. I'm going to do some exercise here, and the reason I'm going to do exercise right now is because I plan on staying here the night anyways. And if I do exercise now, I think that the negative effects of it should happen while we're asleep. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I wonder if I should take off some of this clothes first so I don't overheat. I'm at least going to take off the jacket, denim shirt, and the sweater. There. I'm going to rest, and I'm going to see about going over to where the tent was and see if we can't grab one of those. If I wasn't planning on doing that, I would just cut to the next day. But I think it's worth it to at least walk over there and see what's up. We might not have enough time. We might be in too rough a state. Well, I don't know. We're drowsy. I'll tell you what. I don't want to overextend and do something stupid and have to start this series over. So I think we're going to cut till tomorrow, and I'll catch you then.